And stream stickers, you're annoying me. Please shut up. I'm just gonna time you out for another 24 hours. Just ignore stream stickers, guys. Alright. I am ready to almost die every 2 seconds. Oh, they're all in there, so we're gonna move over.
Streaming. For
like 4 hours?
So long.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we talking about Ludwig?
Right?
Yes, because I literally just wanted to see how long his stream was like supposed to go on for now.
It's 69 hours still, or did it? Ooh, okay, that's way worse than it was 4 hours ago.
72 hours and 1 minute and 17 seconds.
Some guy made a prediction that it would take up to 20 days for him to run out of people donating and subbing to him at the current rate.
That's fucking bold.
I mean, that's bold of you to assume he'll ever run out of money after this.
He's also donating half of it to charity, though.
Sure, $500,000 is still
And-
500,000.
And he's paying his mods. Because the mods are
And
literally
he also
what
has
make
to
the
give
nighttime
50%.
streams.
No,
He also has to
you're
give
good.
50% to
But
Twitch.
is he paying,
after all
depending on how
profit
much
fee.
he's paying his mods, that could be up to, like, he's still making bank.
Oh, he's making bank. I'm not saying he's not.
He's making my dad's entire salary for the next 2 years.
Yes.
I mean, he did just like give away $50,000 just to have like an hour with Shroud.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ludwig's here to win. Ludwig is here to say, Ranbu, I heard you got like 50,000 subs and I raise you.
No. Ludwig's trying to become the top Koopa kid. Yeah, okay.
So is everyone ready?
2 seconds. I need to mute this stream.
Okay.
I'm pretty much ready, but my setup's real weird.
Alex is charging behind me because he's on my iPad. So
Oh,
when we need him, I'll pull him up.
Are you gonna beam him up, Scotty?
Yeah, exactly. I also have an extra battle map behind me in case you guys fuck up.
Oh.
Great, we're saving a king.
You are saving a king.
But none of our names are D'Artagnan.
What do you
None
mean?
of our names are D'Artagnan. Nope, nobody's seen the Three Musketeers. Alright.
I have not seen. What are you referencing? Sorry, say that again?
The Three Musketeers, like the 1993 movie.
Oh, fuck, no.
Oh, that's old.
I don't
It's
remember.
old, but it's like my childhood.
That's a decade
Dude, all
before
I
I was born,
remember
man.
It was made 5 years before I was born, but it's still my childhood.
The Looney Tunes is the only Three Musketeers movie I remember. The Looney Tunes version.
Yeah.
I watched the Tom and Jerry version, question mark?
That one also I watched. Never
Do y'all
the
remember
original.
Pink Panther?
One for all and one and all for one. You
Oh,
know?
yeah. By the way, if we have session next week, I'm going to be not at home or in Pullman.
As you have joked.
No, it's not a joke.
No, I know.
No, right.
And you're gonna be in Mexico.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have good internet.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I might not be able to do webcam, but but literally the international plan is you pay $5 for the day. Basically, that's
that
all
works.
you pay, and then it's just like if I had to do it on my phone, I could do it like that.
Okay. If you,
But it does depend if my parents are like, "Hey, we want to have like a late dinner for our last night in Cabo," kind of thing. and I'd be
yeah,
like,
you can give me a heads up on that one. It's
Yeah.
not the end of the world, especially considering depending on how far you guys get today, you might be near the end of this arc.
Are we gonna have the trial all in the same time? Jesus.
I mean, if you get to a trial.
Trial?
If you save the king before there's a trial, you'll be probably fine.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. All right, let's go.
Is everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
my laptop's still broken, so I don't have a webcam. So.
You're okay.
You're okay.
All right. I'm gonna turn
Fine.
down preview for myself though a little, so I can hear myself. Okay. So, last time you all found yourselves, in the hidden storage section of the city of Draconis Null. Hopefully able to get the possible observer of the bastard child of the king Xertax of said kingdom away from the church figures as well as the Leviathus Federation to be used as evidence in a trial against the king in order to renounce his throne in stake of his brother. I'm not pulling out Game of Thrones, sorry, Lord of the Rings music, you motherfucker.
I just asked when. I didn't say you had to.
What time is it in China?
China's directly across the world, so that should be 12 hours.
Perfect. So then, as I was saying, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
You all eventually found yourselves in the space. River appeared and was trying to get Skill away. However, not being able to be separated, River teleported away after attacking Vorbor temporarily. You all raced yourself into the next safe house section and had River appear, this time about to murder you all with a delayed fireball. You were able to persuade him that a better method would be to take you all along with him at least. You all discussed. River explained that he was mostly just terrified and that likely the only solution that would be applicable is to get the king out and await for the resources of the town to be depleted as an active rebellion, in addition to no active inflow of resources, in addition to not being in their own nation, is a listicle of reasons for the Leviathus Federation to not be able to maintain what they are performing, as well as, in general, prove political validity if they don't have a trial. So, with that in mind, you all are in River's Tower currently. You have Alex there. You have Marius Tovine there, the guard captain.
Can I go talk to River? Sorry.
Yes. What can I do for you?
So, seeing how we're going into a super dangerous thing where we're trying to kidnap the king, or technically rescue him, but we're basically kidnapping him from a highly secure area, could we possibly get those weapons that you have stored away for absolutely no use right now?
Well, you didn't need to say it like that, but he'll put his fingers together. I can't whistle, but he whistles, and you hear a noise, and you hear clang, 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 and he's like, oh, damn it. And then you hear another noise as whoosh, the flying carpet from earlier flows down with the former weapons you guys grabbed earlier. If I remember correctly, the magic items that you guys received, not yours, Vorbor.
Oh, come on! Flame sword too.
No, he's like, he's like, Vorbor, I think I gave you a much better sword, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But two swords are better than one, especially since he doesn't have a shield.
Blank understands. However, you have
No,
plenty
I
of
have
fine
shield.
swords strapped to your back as well.
I have a shield.
so-
I'd like to keep my shield.
Yeah, you also have to keep your shield. Dual wielding
Oh,
also
wait.
just doesn't end that well for multiple things. So, Jay,
Fair enough.
you get a great axe of certain death.
Oh no.
Well,
That sounds
sounds
bad
terrifying.
for me.
Sounds bad for either you or your
And
enemies.
then Blank, you get the ring of protection.
It's
Now,
plus one.
what was that? It's a +1, yeah.
It's a
And
plus-
it'll be like,
yeah.
Remember, I will be wanting those back.
Totally. Yep, that's gonna happen. 100%.
I hope you know that likely part of this plan will involve me as the main way of you getting out of the chamber.
Well, yes.
If you are to steal my items, there is nothing to stop me from finding you. And he'll look at you very intensely, and even though you are like an old elf, you'll look at him, and you can tell in his eyes, he's like, "You are aware I could kill you at any moment."
I nudge Blank and just say, "Believe me, I took one of his spells, and I think you leave this one be."
Yep, totally gonna happen. Yep, 100%.
Do you actually, since as Daniel, do you actually think that you're gonna return them?
Oh yeah, no, I'm returning them.
Okay.
I'm just making it sound like I'm not returning them.
Right. Well, in which case, let's begin. So I have and he summons a arcane schematic of the building between his hands, and he shows you. So there is in front of you about 5 stories of space. You have, and you see basically like each different layer is shown out like diametrically, and he like Iron Man just kind of like zooms into each floor and starts. And he goes, right here is the initial floor that we will be entering from, which is the first floor. This holds most of the spaces of the officials around the king, as well as any of his confidants that live close by. The surrounding area is the keep exterior. That is where a large amount of the guards, as well as their various protective regiments, are going to be stationed. This will be the most difficult part of the entry in terms of actually getting into the building. If we are caught on the outside, there is a very low likelihood we will be able to do anything about it. What is that for, Bor?
So, is there the potential that there's still some of your guards still on post, or is it just going to be the Leviathos Federation? Or is it going to be a combination?
It is a combination. We have multiple individuals. As the acting king is currently imprisoned under terms of the Leviathos Federation, the acting king is likely his current court. However, it is likely his brother is also currently taking action along with them. Therefore, I would be a little bit hesitant about exactly what any of the guards there would be doing. So I would not trust anybody. You see Marius Tovine kind of point in, the guard captain from earlier, the Red Dragonborn, as he goes like, I'd also recommend, I have a few guards that I certainly know I can trust in the affair. I can certainly gather them to help ease us in. However, I tend not to work with the upper guards over in the higher district, so I'm not entirely sure how far I could get us. But I certainly could bring people along or potentially cause a distraction if necessary.
What happened to the rioters? Really quickly.
Oh, they're still going. And you see River chimes in and goes, yes, I actually have eyes on them right now. And because of the room you're in, he pulls up the divination crystal ball from earlier. And you see an image as like multiple Leviathos soldiers are currently blockading parts of streets, as there are listicles of rioters currently trying to bash down the barricades. You see that they have actually assembled makeshift weaponry, and some of them have currently barricaded shops. You see like windows wooded over, and it appears that a lot of people are surmounting. You can also see clearly that like there's other shattered wood across the floor from back, meaning that they've been being pushed back. They're still pretty low into the district, but it's clear that a lot of people are very upset currently and are asking to know about things.
Okay. Is there any way we could clear the road? Is there any way we could make the rioters a big distraction, like even more of a distraction than they are currently?
We could technically, if you would wish, Marius, actually, you could potentially be a part of this. If you could get your guards to potentially guide people through the district, and if you want to lead rioters along, or we could potentially have it so that way you are invading the border of that. And Maris goes, I don't think that's a good idea to be putting people's lives on the line for this, like that.
And people are putting their lives on the lines already. This just gives them a way of making a difference in their actions.
Not necessarily. The closer they would get to the edge of the keep, probably the more lethal the guards are going to be with them.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they being lethal already?
No,
sure
they're
they
not.
are.
No, they're not. They're knocking people back, but they're not.
They're arresting certain, like, okay, sorry.
They're arresting. They arrested people earlier, from what you saw, and also in most like riot incidents, it's not as though they were unless I explicitly said they're expelling lethal force, which was not shown. It's a very bad idea to kill people in a riot because that will make them more mad. That makes most people
actually just fucking will slaughter them normally.
Well, now it's justified.
Unless it's guns versus like bare fists kind of thing. Like, especially in this kind of environment, I feel like a riot would go bad very quickly because you have potential shapeshifters, magic users, and all these other different types on both sides, so like they negate each other.
Well,
and
not necessarily.
There's a lot
like an
less
advantage
of
for the Leviathans over the riot because they have the weapons on hand and whatnot. But it's the sheer numbers difference then you have to take an advantage of account of.
I mean, I wouldn't make a commentary on the positioning because you don't know too much about what's going on with the riot. But what I will say is that,
like I said, that's just me making a guess.
Yeah, that's you making a guess. I know you're good. That's fine. The rioters are essentially citizens upset, and they're trying to get farther in to ask to be like, we want to inquire with the actual officials here, and you're not letting us go speak to anybody. That's the thing. So
we don't.
They're pushing up, but they're not like they physically can't go further. If they can only go so far before they'll probably start getting killed, and the guard captain does not want that to happen. So he, what's up? What is up?
It was just for after your.
Oh yeah, you're good.
So Blake, go first. So before we finish this thought,
okay. How far do you think they'd go? They could go before it'd be lethal?
I have no idea. I don't have a very good estimate on exactly the acting orders of the guards, but I would trust they don't have
if it was you. If it was you leading them, where would you start using lethal force if you had to?
Near the upper district. However, I think that what is going on down there is already doing us a favor because a large concentration of their guards are involved with keeping the citizens at bay.
Well, I was thinking we could probably draw more guards off by having them go further into the city. Not necessarily to lethal force territory, but at least further into the city where they need more support.
Let me think.
In the meantime, while you think, I would like to ask the party a question. So, Blank, how many spells have you used today?
I believe
how many spells do you have available is the better question.
Let me check.
And also, Alex, how many spells do you have available? And River, how many spells do you have available?
I used multiple of my spells. I probably used about 4 of my spells.
I have 6.
I have...
No, I have 5 now.
So we used 5.
Or wait, no, we took a long rest. Wait, we took a long rest.
We didn't take a long rest?
No, Blank did. Blank took a long rest.
No, me and Alex took a long rest in the tavern.
Yeah, which is why Alex
we would
has
have
this. But Alex used a lot of spells messaging everyone between that point. So,
oh, right.
Yeah, so...
Oh, wait, yeah, then I still have 5, because I forgot the protest happened after the tavern.
Yeah.
No, you and Alex went to... So the protest thing was happening, you guys went back to the tavern, and then you came back out of there and met up with everybody.
Didn't he also... No, but I swear he went back at one point.
No, that wasn't it. We went tavern to Vorbor's location with the guard, where
Yeah.
River didn't know about. Then we went towards the protest to a different secret spot,
different
and
spot.
that's where I
Yes.
drifted
Yes.
off, used 2 spells, and then went
Yeah.
back to meet them.
Okay.
Okay, so I've
So
used I have 5 left. Yeah.
yeah, River goes, right. Well, I think we all are going to need to be taking a rest
Yes.
before we
That-
can do this.
That was essentially my thought process was, do we have the firepower to do it, or do we need
No,
to take a short rest?
In terms of the infiltration, he reopens the imagery of the building schematics and basically goes like, the key room that we are likely going to be dealing in, based off of my divination, it is difficult because the king's chamber is protected by arcane runes that I put in to avoid any prying eyes, but I happen to know a way to perceive it based on my own runes, which is pretty convenient. The dungeon floor, which is beneath the basement floor, is the one that we are going to be going towards. So below the first floor, there is staircases that lead to the basement floor, which contains mostly servant quarters, cooking spaces, various chambers holding important supplies, as well as documents. Beneath that is our dungeon floor, where we keep high-profile prisoners, as well as individuals of high import that we are capturing or holding on to. That is likely where they're going to be keeping the king. That room I cannot teleport into.
So how close can you get us?
Okay.
If we were to teleport, I only have 1 shot of teleportation per day to get us all out of there.
To get us in and out, or just out?
To get us out. I have a teleportation circle, but it might be dangerous because they could track us.
Mm-hmm.
I could do it. It takes a few minutes. I'm not sure how much time we'll have.
Quick clarifying question.
Sorry about the tracking thing. That's not entire. That I mean, they could track us no matter what.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I have actually provisions against that, which would be a non-detection spell.
Clarifying.
Continue.
Will the king leave without the queen?
I imagine the queen is also down there with him.
Okay.
Is there the
Is there any
possibility
other
that the
place?
queen is against the king?
There is I have not known the queen to be against her husband. They happen to be quite close, actually.
Okay.
But she did have a slide.
I am not entirely sure of the affair. What I do know is, and you are correct, actually, the queen might be quite upset with him at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it is in any of her interests to be staying with the current occupation.
Fair. She didn't know about this beforehand, right?
What was that?
She didn't know about the bastard son beforehand.
To my
right?
awareness, she had no knowledge of it. Nobody on the court really did.
Okay. And once we take the king out, where would we be going?
I will be teleporting us to a secure location farther. Let's actually see. I think what would be likely. Your next destination, according to what you told me about, what Alundi told you, is actually back over in the constellations of convergence. So I could bring you to
Which
the
is
border,
out of the hands of
which is out of the borders of all of the other nations, which would also be helpful.
Wait, does us kidnapping the king not make him look guilty, though?
I don't. Here's the thing. Based off what I currently understand, Eskel is the only evidence that they have as a primary first-person perspective. They can cite evidence, I'm sure, but the point of a political trial is that you have enough evidence and also are able to get the person there. To remove the king from being able to admit and removing any evidence will clearly make it seem, even to most people, as though the Leviathan's Federation made a false claim. However, likely the Valiathos Federation will be putting a lot of blame on the Church of Arathis, as they are the primary callers of said claim, which makes it very important for the Church of Arathis that this trial go without a hitch. Likely the Leviathos Federation would not be putting any merit on this affair if it weren't for the fact that most of the consequence would befall the Church of Arathis.
So if the trial
Specifically
fails,
officials.
if the trial fails, what would happen to the Church of Arathis? Because the Church of Arathis has many assassins, like a whole room full of them, sleeping when we last went to them. What would happen to those assassins?
Likely they would be
sent out?
heavily investigated. The officials that performed the false charge against the king would be killed for treason, and the king would be returned for his rightful throne, and potentially reparations from the Leviathos Federation, depending on the other nations' political comments as well, especially in regards to Orcrest, as well as other nations.
Okay, that seems. So if we get him out, there's a good chance that he will be able to come back as king.
Hopefully, as long as the Leviathos Federation does not do something else destructive. However, I'm not aware of them having that kind of interest in the nation.
Yeah, but
Plus,
the other
it's-
woman might.
It is difficult to maintain a nation under false rule. There's a reason that there is a current riot.
Right. Yeah.
An unvalidated monarchy is a false ruler. It does not end very well most of the time.
Okay. Fair enough.
Most officials like that end up being killed somehow. So, you know.
Yeah.
I've been in this business for a good few decades. I tend to see how it rolls. Nonetheless, with that in mind, so once we are able to make it through the basement floor, we can get to the dungeon floor where the king is likely to be held. Well,
Are there any
inside of
magic
there, I'm not able to teleport away.
Are there any magic detection spells inside the castle itself?
There are, however, most of
'Cause
it isn't going to be relevant. The worst it can do is alert guards too soon of unnecessarily casted spells.
Is there another way we can get in besides you teleporting us?
Right,
Outside of
I'm
like,
maybe-
not going to be
and, like,
teleporting us in. We have to sneak in. I have a potential method for that.
Okay.
Wait, are there sewers in the castle?
There are not. They are independent channels for water plumbing in order to enter the castle. It would be very convenient. However, much as how I'm able to manipulate the entry from the sewers in my castle, it has been specifically designated for the king's castle as well to ensure that there is no vagrant entry, as one would say.
And who has control of this?
That would be me along with the other members of the royal court.
Would the other
and
members
his
of the
council.
Change it?
What was that?
Would they have changed the location of the sewers currently?
Likely, the changes on a regular shift based off of the credentials of one of the court members. Specifically,
Is there not a pattern? There's normally a pattern. There's normally
There's
certain
something-
spots. that
no,
they
it has to be
Probably-
changed.
They
It has
probably
to be
switched the
changed
pattern.
where they couldn't understand it. That would be Lord Herb.
It'd be so an outsider wouldn't be able to understand it, but an insider should be able to understand the pattern.
Perhaps, however, I'm not.
Do we have an insider who might know the information?
I'm not sure if Lord Ub would be interested in this aspect of the affair. He tends to be more emphatical on the constructions of the city rather than its political earnings. Currently, my best option is actually to go through the front, especially because entering the castle through those means could trigger one of the alarm spells.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Okay, I turn to the guard captain.
Yeah? Vorbor?
Do you think you'd have a way to get us in the front door?
I am not sure how many of the soldiers in there are supportive of me. I could potentially get myself in along with a few other fellow guard. And that's
Are there-
where
Is there any
River-
way that we could become fellow guard?
River speaks up. I have a spell that could disguise most of us.
Is there a
'Cause,
service
okay,
court?
if we take a short rest, then I regain my ability to change shapes, which means that I can hide.
That is fine. We're going to be taking a longer rest than that and leaving at night because it's currently nighttime. So he's like, we are going to leave next nightfall.
Okay. So, then my other question is do we think that it is smart for us all to be on the rescue team? Or that we should have two separate groups, one for the rescue with the main mission of getting the king out, and the other one of causing a distraction somewhere else and getting out after we think that we've made enough progress.
Marius, what do you say? You see Marius go, I can potentially get you along with a few other of my guard in, and we can be involved with the distraction. However, I don't know how long I could keep them distracted, and also I could be in a lot of trouble for doing so.
Well, I feel like either you're in a lot of trouble in the first place for hiding the king's dude, and then also trying to break the king out of prison, or
Currently,
the
the
king's going to be
Chamberlain is the only
very
one who
helpful.
knows about it. Speaking of which, we could potentially use the Chamberlain as part of it.
Yes, that was also going to be a question I was about to ask, was how useful could the Chamberlain make himself for this?
Blank has been very patient. What's up, Blank?
Is there a servant entrance?
There are servant entries along the castle. However, the servants actually have to enter through the front gate as well.
Can the
but
Chamberlain hire us a servant?
The Chamberlain actually could sneak us in as well. I could potentially inquire with the Chamberlain and see if he would be able to meet us at the front entrance. I could disguise us as servants and go to the lower chambers. However, from there, it might be a little bit difficult. We'd have to...
Do we need... Wait, sorry. Do we need to be disguised as servants, or can we just wear servant clothing? At least not me, Jay, or Alex, but Vorbor and Arashi.
I would be wary, as some of your faces are currently being sought out for.
Only
That's true,
mine,
that's true.
Jay's, and Alex's. So you disguise the three of us, and then everyone else should be able to just go through as servants. Well, and yourself, of course.
I would be disguising us as servants, yes. I mean, we could do that. I don't see what is the harm of me disguising us all.
Well, in case something happens at the castle, we want to make sure we have enough firepower to actually try and escape.
Sorry, I'm a bit... Oh, are you saying because of the cost of the spell?
Yeah. I don't know if that
It's-
matters or not.
No, no, it's not a concern, I would say. It is a powerful spell, but I don't take much concern with it compared to other affairs that we're going to be dealing with.
Okay.
Additionally, I will not be alone. You all seem to be quite capable yourselves.
Yeah,
Very well.
that's true.
So, for the purposes of this, if I was to contact the Chamberlain, which actually seems like quite a good idea, our friend Marius could actually be our eyes outside as well.
Mhm.
He actually summons another magic item. You watch as he whistles again, and the magic carpet zooms off and comes back and pulls a stone, 2 stones. He, you see him pass one over to Marius, and Marius is like, "What's this?" He's like, "This is a sending stone. It will allow you to send up to 3 messages between you and me. I will
So you're
receive
gonna
it on
be
this
talking
end.
to a rock.
It is a powerful magical item, Borbor. I would prefer if you don't undermine it, or perhaps I will request the sword that I gave you returned."
Okay, I'll show up.
One last question before we finalized.
Evie, you good? Evie, you're like.
One
I'm
last
vibing.
question: is there an evidence? Where would they store evidence if they have any other than
That would
this person?
that would also be in the basement, just before the prison section.
Okay, because we should probably check that out and make sure we burn anything if they have anything.
Sure, I would just be careful. There are also important documents inside there, such as royal history and other various records of family.
I'll try not to fireball the entire room.
Okay. How about we're gonna work that out as we go. I would prefer I know where the records might be kept, so I will show you where, and let's not just burn the whole room down, please.
I just said I'll try not to.
I'm sure you said that you'll try not to. I also am aware that you killed a person earlier.
And you were about to wipe the mind of someone.
Yes, but they didn't kill somebody. Listen.
Yeah.
One was substantially worse than the other, in my opinion. And you see, like, Marius is like, both of those were terrible things to do.
Yeah.
Can we not argue over this?
It's like you're white apples are just oranges, but they're both fruits.
Right. Anyways, so the Chamberlain can potentially get us to the basement. We can search around the space, look for any potential contributing documents, as well as make sure to watch out. Bless you. To watch out for. What are you laughing at? Watch out for.
I don't know why I'm
potential
laughing. Barbara's
individuals
just
that
making
might
me
be
laugh.
able to cite us.
There
There are.
run text.
What?
What?
Run text channel.
Oh my god. Fucking hell, Jay.
I remember.
Oh my god.
Wait.
You guys still have to get that barrel back.
That'll be easy enough. We saved the owner's life. She'll
Yeah,
probably
good
be
luck
free.
with that. You're not coming back to the city, remember?
It'll be
Well,
fine.
It depends if we save the king or not.
It depends if you save the king. You might have you might extend this bit by a while. Right, well, right. If I get the Chamberlain to lead us in, we can be led to the basement, search for what we need, and then we have to go to the dungeon. The dungeon has a main hall. Entering from there, we will be led into the main prison sections and search for the king. We get the king and his wife out of there, along with any other persons of interest that might be important, and we leave. It'll be... Let's see. I can teleport myself. I can teleport 8 individuals. Therefore, in addition to myself, I believe. Therefore, I can teleport all of us, Alexander, and 3 other
Actually-
individuals.
I believe me, Alex, and Jay would be better off as a distraction because our faces are now.
I will be concealing all of your faces.
Well, yes, but it'd be easier to infiltrate a castle if the 3 most wanted people in the entire city are right in front of them.
And I not to downplay Blank and myself, but neither of us really play into stealth very well.
Yeah,
So are you advocating for what would you like to do as a distraction?
I'm thinking chaos crew and competent crew.
yeah, chaos and confident crew. Basically, we go around blowing shit up.
Okay, I wasn't
Right.
thinking that. I was
How do
thinking
you-
maybe rallying
How do you
riots a bit.
suppose...
We go back to that shop, grab all the obsidian barrels we can carry,
Oh,
set them
geez.
down, Eldritch blast them all.
That's I'm resigning from Team Chaos.
You know what's bad when the person that caused the whole fucking craziness
Yeah,
on
the
over a
one who
barrel
did
rocks?
chase- Yeah, Jay literally 10 hours ago.
I think everybody on Team Chaos needs to agree on the plan for Team Chaos.
I'm
fucking
saying that as a forward plan. As like I'm just forwarding a plan that I had in my head.
Right.
If any of you have ideas, I'd be happy to take them.
What if,
How about
when we get in the castle, then you can try to make a distraction?
From inside?
That's much
Marius-
harder to get out.
Marius, could you arrange for a potential destruction out front? And Marius goes, there's a few buildings that I know aren't currently being well worked with that I think, and a few chucklehead nobles I think that would deserve a little good fun. I could take some black powder barrels and set them up.
So we're blowing up a building anyway.
I like him a lot.
Now listen, me and the boys can set up a little bit of that, and then we'll have to step back otherwise. I can probably get you to from where we are. I actually don't think I would be necessary otherwise. So I think I will. Is that the agreed upon plan then? That I'll start a distraction outside after you guys enter with the assistance of the Chamberlain.
It's a team vote. I'm gonna vote yes.
I'm open to whatever we think's gonna work best.
Jay, make a vote.
I'm
gonna
debating.
be honest, I've been
Okay.
thinking about rocks ever since that rock came out. So
Brain is literally a rock.
Alright, Jay, I just need you to say yay or nay.
which one did you say again?
Yay.
Yay.
Brain,
have
what
the
say
rock?
you?
How much time do we have before we have to do this?
You have about 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah, about 8 hours.
How far is that shop?
It's
The shop with the obsidian?
no, I know what you're talking about. You could probably get there and back. Between this, but you'd have to be careful, and you'd have to make sure that River could open, or somebody could let you in.
Okay.
And can I just remind you that the only person capable of carrying your barrel full of rocks that you need oh so desperately is currently one of the most wanted people within this city.
I
Yes,
mean,
you
could
can remind
attempt-
me of
You could attempt to roll it, but you have to throw it in the sewer and try and make sure you could get it through the sewer and then up the tower.
Well, I basically given up on the entire barrel. I just want like 10 pieces of sharp diagonal rocks.
I think you purchased part of the obsidian. I think you just left the barrel.
Yeah, we did, but we have no way of getting it. Is the problem?
No. I mean, didn't you buy like specific obsidian pieces besides the barrel? You
Oh,
bought
yeah,
enough
you got-
for a whole statue,
Yeah.
and then you bought also extra parts.
You bought like bladed bits.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
bladed bits. I remember.
Like sharp serrated edges.
Yeah, you bought like sharp serrated edges. I remember.
And like, I guess shark tooth shaped things, but longer.
I remember that's what you described. You said I wanted to buy parts of those as well, and she gave you those. You just didn't take the
Yeah.
barrel.
Oh wait, I put those in my bag. I didn't realize.
Yeah, you have. Sorry, you have them in your bag. You have those in your bag. You just don't have the barrel because
okay.
the barrel is like most of the body.
Okay, then I don't mind losing the barrel. Okay, then we're fine.
Okay.
I'm okay with the plan then. Yeah.
And I mean, no one's keeping track of the canonicalness of this, so I'm fine with that. Unless Evie's stream is sitting there being like, I happen to be watching every single D&D stream, and I happen to know that that is not what Daniel said.
One day...
At that point, I gotta say, fuck you.
One
to
day...
whoever's doing that.
One day there will be a D&D fanatic in my chat every single time.
Anyways. Okay. So with that in mind, do you, Evie, do you say anything about the plan? Okay.
It's a shit plan. Why would we even think of that?
Right.
Wait,
In
yeah,
terms
wait.
of the locks and facilities there's only so much I can do. I have a spell knock which can arcanely detach some of the locks, but we're probably going to need Arashi's expertise in order to get through some of the doors. Specifically, the prison door has a complicated lock that will actually take about about 3 attempts to actually unlock, so we'll need to make sure
I'll
that
get it
you're
on the
taking
first
time for that
attempt.
one.
I know a pretty sophisticated knock spell if we can find something.
We don't have a
rather
rock
large
big
and
enough for that.
The material
Actually,
We don't
the-
have a rock big enough for that.
The messaging stone might be hard enough to actually cause it.
It's
like,
not big
Might
enough.
be tough enough.
That
It might
is
not
a
be big enough, but it might be
stone.
tough enough to be able to break through the door.
Marius
Don't
carefully
break.
puts the messaging stone in his pocket.
That is a smart plan.
And Marius goes, right, well, if that's what we've all agreed on, I'm gonna then start to head out and get the boys together and get some black powder set. I'll let you know when I'm ready. I'll have River confirm with me when to set off the explosion.
Can I ask River for a map of the palace really quickly?
Give me a second. He casts Mage Hand, and the Mage Hand starts writing out a map on a piece of parchment. About 10 minutes later, he gives you a map. So it's basically each page is the different levels of the castle.
Okay. Can I?
They lay out
go
rooms they
away
don't
and fight?
label.
Oh,
Huh?
can I get those rooms labeled? Like important rooms labeled? Not necessarily to the not necessarily important to the mid.
How specific? Do you just want to like name the rooms? Because a bunch of these, and he flips over to the basement, is like storage rooms. Like I can show you.
Can you write down the content or like what type of material is inside each storage room? Like whether it's food,
I would like to
versus
sleep as
metal.
well. That would take me a while.
Not necessarily like every specific thing, but like food, metal, water.
I can write out my base assumptions. He'll write out like a basic like breakdown of it. So he'll be like, okay, this one's food. This one is going to be like a servant's quarters. This one is going to be like
Okay. How
he
far
writes out
is-
like which one the main throne room is, things like that.
Is there a room that stores magical metals for weapons?
There is not.
No. Okay.
No.
And
What
where's the
kind
treasury?
of metal do you need?
Something very, very durable and heavy.
In return for assisting me, I was going to note this earlier because you are giving me a hand. I could give you some adamantium.
Okay, that works.
Okay. How much what are you, so are you using this for your creature later?
Yeah.
Okay. So for the purposes of this, he'll just get, I will warn you that based on my understanding of the Artificer, it doesn't show me any damage increase when you use different materials necessarily.
No, it doesn't do. It can change the what was it? Wait,
Let me
sorry. Give me a second.
No, you're totally good.
It just where is that? I had a tab open for it somewhere.
No, you're good. Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know
pull it
where
up
it
as
is.
well.
But it's not the material that changed it. It's just I want it to be made of specific things. So I want it
Okay,
to be.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Do
Because
you have
I'm
like
assuming
a
that
color coding in mind?
silver.
Or was it just like, oh, so you wanted silver?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. He can give you silver if you would like. How much? Like, are you making the whole thing out of silver?
Wait, sorry. Do you mean the metal silver or do you mean the color silver?
The color silver. Got you. Okay, so you wanted to look like the color silver. In terms of the material, I will like let you, as this is part of a character thing. Unless there's a price listed, I'm gonna let you just have it happen.
Okay.
However you'd like.
I was gonna go steal it.
Yeah. I'm going to actually give you each 2,000 gold pieces each for your efforts.
Wait, so he just hands it to us right now?
Yes, he's handing you a packet, each of you a packet of 2,000 gold pieces. Jay happens to flub his over to you, Vorbor, to say to hold on to him in case, I don't know, something else happens.
Not me about to DM.
I trust you more than I trust the Yeah.
I feel like Jay's
make
section should be shared between all of us except Evie or Arashi because she has a shit
No,
ton of gold.
I feel like someone else in the future will probably have some use for that.
Yeah. I feel like there's this. I feel like I am the most trustworthy to not go and spend his share of the cash.
Arashi's entire body jangles with coins.
Fair.
What? No, it doesn't.
No, of course not.
You have like a coin belt where it all just like slid into the belt.
No.
You have like one
Okay.
of those like coin dispenser things they have at grocery stores where it's just like
How much did you say that was?
How much did you say? Gotcha. Starts pumping, just like.
Like my whole sword sheath is not even have the sword in it. It's just a bunch of coins.
It's just coins. You like pull out this like big heavy coin thing, and it's just like. Hold on, shit. Sorry, that's a copper. Hold on, shit.
Girl's got a bag of holding for her fucking coins.
I mean, literally,
Yeah.
I probably should
Literally.
Just
keep
give.
track of that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
If you limit my coin usage, I will fight you, Daniel.
It's okay. You don't know where I live.
I know where you live.
I
know what city you live in. That's a big city, but I know what city.
close enough. I'll figure it out.
I'll never share.
Why
that
do I
information.
hear? Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. I was so confused because music started playing, and I was like, "What? What just happened?" And I realized I accidentally hit the play button on my earbuds. So it was like Mystic Hymns coming out all of a sudden for no reason. Anyways, very well. So you all have 8 hours to full rest. Alex is.
Wait, I was about to say I'd like to talk to Alex before we go.
Yeah. Hi, Vorbor.
We're away from the group, right?
You can go away. Oh, do you want to speak in private, Vorbor?
Yeah, let's go get ready for this.
Okay, you move up to River's dining hall where there's still the remains of like the dead corpses of the various figures from earlier, cloaked figures.
I want to ask him, or I guess I don't have to say that. Alex, I'm just worried about you after the Elvandra incident.
Yeah. I'm still a little bit shaken. I also just don't know if this is all right for me.
Like with regards for saving the king, or what?
This whole traveling and world business, I still think that what I'm studying could help a lot of people. And I've taken a lot of time to figure out what it is, and I kind of want to go see her and get an answer about why she lied to me.
I think that you were owed that, and I will, if that is what you want to do, I will not stop you. But I just worry that you might fall into the old habits of being a pawn for her. When it seems like she potentially could be a pawn for someone else.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is that there's other ways that you can continue your studies, potentially.
It is a little difficult. The most powerful arcane school of the continent wants me dead. Likely.
Yes, but potentially Professor Inkstead could keep you safe.
Maybe. Maybe I could study here.
I just would like to throw out the option for maybe a discussion to happen with him.
Perhaps after all of this. But I'm still want to make sure that you all make it safely out. With the
I really
King's
appreciate
business.
that.
Yeah. Maybe. I haven't really thought about that. It's been a while since I've been in school. Kind of miss it a little. You all don't seem to read very much, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't been able to talk to anybody about anything magical. I just have been doing it this whole time.
I'm sorry, man. I can't help you with that one. I was raised by
I'm
wolves.
aware you bark in your sleep.
I was able to randomly shapeshift into shit one day, and I was like,
yeah, that does check out. Seriously, I will still ask, how do you reach your leg all the way back to your neck to scratch it? Though it's a bit unusual.
I'm flexible. I'm just flexible.
I mean, very
That's all I got for
flexible.
you.
Like unnaturally flexible, but
Well, okay. It's unnatural that I can shapeshift into like any animal I've seen, so
well, I mean, technically it's nature magic, according to Detect Magic whenever I check you, so it's pretty natural in my eyes, but...
yeah, well, maybe that's just a side effect, man. I don't fucking know.
Well, thank you for checking in, Borbor.
Okay, I go take my short rest now.
You can take a long rest.
Or long rest, whatever it is.
Yeah, you go take a long rest.
Yeah, it's everyone else now.
Can I also
Anyone
do
else?
one thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I go pillage all the bodies?
Jesus.
Okay.
Literally,
I'm gonna roll a luck check to see what you find.
All right.
You find 3 gold.
I love.
Can I also steal their armor?
They don't have armor. They have cloaks. They are people wearing rags and cloaks.
Can I take the cloaks?
Yes, you can take the cloaks.
What
You
are
have-
they made out of?
They're made out of just straight black dyed fabric. I, as Daniel, even though I've taken multiple costume classes, am forgetting all types of fabric in this current moment, so I'm not going to say any. You
All right. How many do I get?
you get 3 cloaks. You get 3 unmarked black cloaks.
Okay, I'm just gonna shove those into my backpack.
Okay. Your backpack slightly bulges the same way it would when you overstuff your bag for a trip. Jeff, no, I didn't. Why did you?
No reason.
Okay. Anyways, is there anything else anyone would like to do?
I'm good. The sending stone left, so I'm not gonna try and touch it.
Are you gonna try and steal it?
Not anymore. It's gone.
Okay. 8
Wait,
hours
so how many
pass.
messages? We can send 3 messages with that stone, correct?
You can send 3 messages with that stone between the owners of the stone.
Who's the other owner? River?
Yes.
What was that?
It's River.
The other owner.
Yeah,
and the
River. It's River and Marius. Also, you guys have attuned to your magic items in case you hadn't already. Jay, do you have a question about your axe at all, by the way?
Is it the one that just makes it so they can't heal?
Let me double check really quick.
'Cause the other
Wait,
one's
so my
like,
ring just gives me.
Yeah,
heal.
yeah, it's the one that can't heal. The target can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
Heal isn't.
Wait, so. Sorry.
What's up, Blink?
Oh, my ring just does +1 to AC and +1 to saving throws, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
which is still pretty
All right,
useful.
we're good. No, I'm not saying it's not useful. I'm just saying I'm just checking to make sure that's
No, you're
that's
totally
the
good.
thing that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're good. With that in mind, you all come downstairs to the main entry. of River's castle. Right.
Okay.
I've contacted the Chamberlain. I'll meet us at the entrance and lead us inside. From there, he wishes us luck, but he is not going to go any further. He does not want to endanger himself.
While we're walking, I'm gonna study the map so I can memorize it.
Okay, so you don't have the keen mind feats, so you aren't memorized empowered, but you do
I'm
your
specifically
best.
looking at the route to the route to the place we're going and the route to the treasury.
Okay, so as Daniel, I will tell you now, I have been so busy with school that I did not prep a exact path so I will not make it difficult for you guys to find it as long as you roll the correct investigation checks. With you having the map blank, along with River there, you guys will be able to likely find where you need to go. I reduced that difficulty because I was like, you have River there. I don't need to make it difficult for you guys because River will know where you need to go.
Yeah, and I have a map, so if I split off, I can still find a way around.
Absolutely. You definitely have that map in case you do get lost.
Okay.
Give me 1 second to check something really quick. All right. Here it is.
Oh, did Jay still have the celestial navigation thing happening?
Yeah. Right. I mean, he still has the book. He can still spend a night to try and study it every time before bed.
Ooh, I might do that.
I'm gonna really quick roll River's things that I forgot he had. Okay.
Yeah, I failed anyways.
Damn.
Okay. With that in mind, you all move down towards the scale. Why am I doing this? The scale throne keep. You see before you a grand unveiling, beautiful groves in the front garden, a large winding upward staircase leading to this gorgeous, seemingly boxed section castle that seems to have arched scales upward, and as you get towards the peak, you can actually see over the horizon what appears to be a falling cliff edge that leads downward into a valley below. As the city before was heavily steeped, this includes where the castle is, as though it's at the edge of a cliff. Let's see. You all are approaching the front gate. You see what is likely hundreds of Leviathan's Federation soldiers mounted at the front in lines, along with the large, grand scale obsidian gate in the front.
And there's no riders.
There are wyvern riders. You see them posted at different... Rioters, there are not. You can see bits of noise and like some smog coming from lower sections of the city that appear to be where likely the riots are. It's still being contained to that lower section. Where are you? There you are. As you all approach the front gate, you see one. You all. I forgot to mention this earlier. River casts a spell on all of you inside of his face, so that way you all are well hidden. You all appear to be different servants. Arashi appears to be. Evie, describe to me what you imagine your servant looks like. If you wanted to be a servant wench, like what would be your style?
Kind of like a butler in a suit.
Okay, so you're a butler. Are you like the twirly mustache butler, or are you still a girl?
Still a girl, but like in a suit and like very like pristine, just like.
Oh, okay. Evie does not. Rashi does not lower their head.
I see nothing.
You actually are just looking up the whole time and you're like, I am here for the king.
Yes.
What do you look like as a servant, Borbor?
Shoe shiner.
Shoe shiner, okay. What do you look like, Blank?
One of the servers. And
one of the servers?
At the feast.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you look like, Jay?
I am a chef.
Okay. You are like Gusteau from Ratatouille, but with like a fine mustache.
Yes.
And you seem to just be able to say anybody can cook without a problem. As you all approach the front, you see one of the Leviathan soldiers, and River, who also appears to be a butler, similar to Evie, except male, approaches, and you see he goes, "Hi there, sir. I'm here under the orders of Chamberlain Modelo." And the guard goes, "Right, well, I'll have to speak with Chamberlain." And you actually see a silver dragonborn in refined purple robes approaches the gate and goes, "Yes, that would be me. I am Chamberlain. I'm Chamberlain Modelo. Quaint to meet you all. Come on in, my friends. These are servants I recently hired in order to tend to some of the staff. We seem to have had a few injuries over in the riots. Some of them are not able to leave their homes." And you see the guard is gonna... Okay. Right, very well. They may enter. And you watch as all the soldiers and stand at attention as the gate opens and you all are led inside the staircase. You walk up this winding, large staircase. It seems almost like Howl's Moving Castle staircase, where like you just go up more and more steps until finally you reach the main peak and walk inside this grand rolling hall. You see the floor appears to be this fine spiral pattern that has scales that start in the center and start to spread outward, almost like this beautiful ring, these beautiful rings like that of trees. Across the various floors, the pillars appear to be spiked slightly outward as though they are like pine cones, except they are sort of, once again, in the scaly format of dragons. As you are led inside and the Chamberlain guides you over to the left, down over to a spiral staircase and says, "Right, very well." And he leans in. I wish you luck. And bows to you and walks over back towards the throne. Throne room. What you assume. You actually haven't entered the throne room.
I mean, we have a map.
Right, very well. If we continue down. I would like all of you, based off of this, I would like you all to make a deception check for me, as you all are pretending to be servants as you are entering this space. River is also going to roll.
Do we have advantage?
I will say because of your disguises, you do have advantage. Which also give to River.
I have a 15 then.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, a natural 1.
Wait, advantage?
You see, as of all the people here, the least suspect is Jay, as he appears to be observing various ingredients as they pass by. He actually stops one of the servants as they walk by, stops them.
I got a 24.
And looks at the meat, grabs one of the chicken legs off of it, bites into it, and goes, "This is wrong," and then puts it back down and says, Go back immediately."
Was he right?
No, it tasted really good. We definitely did it to fuck with them.
I rolled a 25.
But also, Jay likes his food really high sodium because he's on the sea.
It's fair.
Oops. There we go. Let me look at the table. Okay, so 24 for blank, 15 for Vorbor. What'd you get, Arashi?
25.
25. Okay. River and Alex got that. Okay. With that in mind, you all proceed to the lower chamber. As you guys enter the space. Oh, yes.
Before we do, how far is the treasury from that area?
Blank and greedy
The treasury. Let me really double check to make sure. I promise I'm not trying to screw you over. The treasury is on the second floor.
Is it on his map?
It is on the map. You would have to go back up to go to the treasury.
Why did you put it on the map?
He asked where everything was. It is on the second floor. You are currently on the basement, so you would have to go up 3 stories.
What's the closest thing of interest besides the dungeon?
In terms of money, or in terms of like, what would you say of interest? So there's multiple rooms.
Equipment.
Equipment's probably going to be so as you guys enter here, I can actually share screens for this. Let me add some black boxes really quick though. So let me just.
Okay. That's fair.
Sorry about this.
Also, wait, how far can River teleport us? Is there a range on the teleport spell?
I can for the one he plans to use. You probably? I'll say you asked him that earlier, and he goes, right.
Yeah.
I can teleport us anywhere. I plan to teleport us over to this place where you will continue your quest, as you have told me, as you are searching for all the wizards. Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Specifically the Garden of Speranto, where there is a potential portal to the Feywild, where you will potentially be able to travel and meet the Master of Conjuration and Necromancy.
Oh, that's perfect for Alex.
So
okay.
The Fey world leads to the.
They tend to be very quiet about it. I wish I could give you more information about it. What I do know is that.
Can you just repeat what you just
Can
said?
we find out her name?
They're in the Fey Run.
Yeah. So the Fey world, but what conjugation was it?
What congregation?
Like magic.
It was conjuration.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's God. Why am I stuttering now?
Summoning and necromancy, basically.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Conjuration.
We're just gonna say that. That'll be easier.
Do we know their name?
The image? You should actually know their names.
Oh.
But I'm not going to remind you anymore. You guys can look at the notes because I told you them.
Fuck.
I mean, to be fair, this was told to us a long, long time.
I might have the notes on it though.
It was told you a long time ago. I will pull up the notes in a minute if you guys need. So here's where you guys are currently.
Okay.
And you guys see this main hall. You see guards posted on each of these different sections. And as you guys proceed, you can see other servants coming this way. How would you like to proceed? Do you continue through this door?
Where's the king located?
The king is located over here, down.
Oh, downstairs. Okay, so right now we're on main floor.
Yeah, you are currently on the basement floor. So there's various rooms that contain servants and their materials.
Do I know roughly what is in the rooms?
You know roughly. You can tell that this, that's the. Here, hold on. Let me double check really quick.
while you double check, in general, I put my notes for Lemore Portis is congregation. Or conjuration, sorry. Not congregation. Conjuration. And gasp is necromancy.
Yes. That is
And
correct.
Oh,
we live in
there's
the
two
den
different
cave
people.
together.
Okay.
That is correct. Okay.
Okay.
So right here is where the only documents would be. A lot of these other places are for sleeping and food.
Okay. Wait, did we set up code names?
No, you did not.
No,
We did not,
set
did we?
up code names.
Can I nudge River and ask him when we're going to go into the document room?
Right.
Like whisper to him?
Psst. Shut up. Hello there. Continuing in, ha ha ha. And you'll go through those doors.
Oh, I thought we were through the doors.
Oh, sorry. Now you're through the doors. You are proceeding down as he goes right over here. We're going this way, right over here. Going here. Nothing suspicious to see as you walk past a maid who currently is holding various wash towels. It's like, okay. And continues past. You enter into the room. And you see over here is a desk piled with papers. As well as over here. I know it doesn't look like it. He says, right, we only have a limited amount of time. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes. Look through and see if there's anything important. I'll keep watch.
Okay, everyone start ruffling through, and if there's anything related to the king and his bastard son, just burn it.
Okay. So make an investigation check for me.
Am I the only one, or is everyone doing it?
If anybody wants to, they can. Alex will assist you to give you advantage.
Okay, this is an investigation check, correct?
Yes.
Uh, 17 total.
17 total. Okay.
Do I find anything or no?
You do. You find a document listing various potential individuals involved. You see Skill is on that list. You also see various royal figures, including the Queen, these are people to be basically investigated.
Okay.
You also see on it is the Baron and Baroness of Dirk.
Wasn't that the same people who were
At the yes.
the cousin of the priest, right?
She
Or no, the
so she was the daughter of the cousin or the brother of the Baron of Dirk, if that makes sense. So the Baron's the Baron's brother's daughter. That is the person who was involved with the church.
So the Baron's nephew or niece.
Yes.
Or nephew.
Niece.
Okay. Is there a place to burn it right here, or
I mean, you could just burn it in the room as long as no one's watching.
can I just shove it into my bag or into my
Yeah, you
pocket
can.
for now?
Yeah, you shove it in your pocket.
Okay.
Okay. You guys proceed. River's like, have you found anything of import?
We found a list of individuals to be investigated.
Right.
I have
Well,
it in my pocket, but there's nowhere to burn it right now.
right. I mean, that'll do for what we can get with. Let's continue. He'll proceed here. Is there any other rooms you guys want to investigate? This River's guiding you.
Do I know roughly the contents of each room?
You know, this one's food. You know, this one is the dining hall. You know, this one is where people sleep. You know, this one is something, and you know, this one is something. You don't know what for those rooms.
Okay. Is this first floor?
This is the basement floor. So the next floor is going to be leading you towards the prison.
Can I go into the biggest room to the right of us?
Okay. River's like, be careful. And as you go into that room,
Wait, can I tell them to go ahead and me to stay back?
oh sure. River's like, are you sure about that, Blank?
Yes.
Very well.
I'll meet you
And
down there.
You see another person go like walk by, so you guys like stop and then continue.
Okay. Do I find anything in the room?
You find mostly more bathing supplies, various packages of things. Make me an investigation check again. This time without advantage.
Okay. How did I do that? Give me a second.
No, bud.
Flub. Flubber!
I have to get used to the keyboard. 18 total.
Okay, you look around the room and are able to find hidden in one of the boxes a few various piles of gold.
Do I know how much gold? Am I
About
able to
200
carry
gold.
all?
It's like 200 gold pieces worth is what you seem to be looking at.
Can I take it all?
Yeah, sure. You pile it in your bag, and you carefully seal it up. You don't know why there's 200 gold pieces there, but there are.
Yep.
You walk out of the room, I'm assuming, and you're gonna follow behind.
Yes.
Okay. You all walk down the stairs and go into the next room. As you guys are led down, you walk into a hallway. There's a fine red carpet like earlier that leads down, and you see multiple guards in front of the doorway. At which point you watch as River approaches them, and the guard goes, "Halt! What is your involvement here?" And you watch as River goes and looks at you guys for a second. Okay. Okay. You watch as the guard goes, "What did you do?" And then you watch it, and River casts Charm Person on him. And you see one of the guards go and grabs River and goes, "He has magic! Quick! Call for help!" And you see as...
I immediately grapple him so that he can't talk.
Okay, so we're gonna go into initiative here. Well, it's a surprise. So you okay.
Wait, it can't be surprised because
he can't be surprised.
He can't be surprised.
No one in the party can be surprised.
No, we surprise them.
Not for
at least I'm surprising them.
That's what I mean. So Vorbor's gonna go and do whatever he's doing, and then we're gonna start initiative.
And I'm not in this initiative because I wandered off, correct?
You will be down there in one round. You didn't take too long.
Okay.
Okay. Let's pull out some miniatures. I'm not gonna show because it's on a weird battle map plane, but basically you have 10 feet of space, and then there is the hold on here, I'll show you a visual though. I can use the image from earlier as a visual. So there's about 10 feet of space in the hallway, but in the space around you, and the hallway goes to about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 50, 60, 70. About 70 feet long in total at either end, and you are in the middle, so it's about 35 feet away is each staircase. You see that the closest guard posted is about 20 feet away from the staircase, and you'd have to climb upward, which would take about a round to get up and down.
So did he hear the other guard before I...
Yes, all 4 of those guards heard. So you get to tackle the one. You can tackle the one by the door, or move to the one closer to the staircase to your left, or you can try and run to the one to your right. It's up to you.
I'll go for the one grappling River.
Okay, so that would be this one.
Okay.
Okay, so you go ahead and grapple him. Roll an ability check against theirs.
Okay, what ability?
It's going to be athletics.
Okay. Do I have initiative on this because I made a surprise attack?
You do, but it's still a contested roll.
14.
He also rolled a 14 plus his strength. So he pushes you back and knocks you back away. So that was your action.
Wait. So you rolled a 14 plus your strength?
Plus his strength, which is +3. Yeah. You still have your bonus action and your movement. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Can I... I guess move towards the next guard.
To the right or to the left?
So okay, so which one was grappling?
This one was grabbing River.
I'll go to the one to his left.
So here.
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah. I do mean that one. Sorry, to the left from the picture.
No, you're totally good. That's River's initiative. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, everyone else roll initiative.
I rolled a 10.
What do you roll, Blank?
You're muted.
21. And then what'd you roll, Vorbor?
We're skipping me the first round, aren't we?
Your first round is going to be you coming down.
Oh, okay.
So you will be at the foot of the staircase, if that makes sense.
So as they're doing the questioning, I'm walking down the stairs, and then as soon as Vorberg grapples.
Yeah, so you'll be at the foot of the staircase by the end of the first round, basically.
Would they have noticed me?
You aren't down there yet, is what I mean. So you will be. So you are currently walking. You are walking down the staircase right now as this is happening.
Okay, but would I hear them or no?
You would hear it. You would probably not hear. You would hear like muffled noises at best, but you would not know.
But wouldn't I assume because we're in a castle, the muffled noise would mean we're fighting?
No, it's not like clanging or anything.
Okay.
We're not bashing swords.
Yeah, you're not bashing swords yet.
Okay.
Okay. What did you say again? Your initiative was, Vorbor?
12 total.
12 total. Okay. Okay. So top of the initiative order, Jay and Blank, you guys got the same initiative. So which one of you is going first?
Well, I'd say Jay, because I'm not even in the fight.
Okay. So Jay, Blank. Okay. So first initiative order is Jay. Jay, what would you like to do? You see the 4 guards there? You see Vorbor attempted to grab one of them and failed? What was that, Jay?
Sorry, are we in front of the dungeon to the king?
You are in front of the dungeon to the king.
Okay. And am I able to make it to the furthest guard and still have an action, or would I need to sprint?
No, you could make it to the guard. So you would, based off where you guys are all standing, you're all in the middle. So you would have to move 35 feet in either direction to get to the under end of the staircase, if that makes sense. So this is about 35 feet on either end, and you guys are here.
Okay.
So if you were to move here, that would be like only about 10 feet. If you were to move here, that would be about 20 feet. And if you were to move the same direction, would be 20 feet either way. So you can make it there.
I am on the guard on the far left.
Yeah, right.
So River is being grappled by the close left.
This is where River is. This is where Vorbor is.
Mm-hmm.
And the furthest guard that I can see right now, I know that he heard the call for help.
Yeah, all of them heard. So all the guards heard.
Oh, Jesus. I don't see this going well for us anymore.
Wait, are they Leviathans or are they King?
They're Leviathans.
Okay.
No one trusts the King's guards to keep the guard, to keep the King under.
Pressure, man, alright?
I'm gonna run to the furthest guard that I can see.
This one?
Sorry, I can't get the stream open because my phone's being stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my bad. So
to one of the people that is currently to where River's being grappled, to where Jeff is, or to any of the other two guards.
Basically, I want to figure out which one's the furthest down the hallway, has the most chances of being able to contact even more guards.
It would be this one besides the one that Vorbor's at. So it would be right here.
And I would like to attempt to grapple them.
Okay, go for it. Roll me an athletics check. I rolled a 7 plus 3, which is a 10.
I got a 19 plus
11. You very much beat him as you grapple into the ground and he's unable to move.
Is another guard within... How many feet did I move to get here?
Let's see. So you move 20 feet. You can see the other guard is within 5 feet. So you could drag him with you if you want.
Yeah, I want to try and grapple the other guard as well with my other hand.
Okay. I forget. Is grappling one attack action?
One attack action. You can replace an attack action on your turn with a grapple check, or a push or shove.
Okay, go for it. Roll me another strength check or athletics check.
Two nat ones.
Oh, he rolled a 21. So you
Fuck. How did I get 2 nat ones?
Double failure as you are unable to grab with your other muscle arm the other guard as he ducks out of the way. That is your movement and action. Impressive display as you double fail. But I'm not gonna just make you explode in fire because you rolled.
Probably noise though. Probably makes noise.
You do make noise as you hear clank clank. At this point, you're very aware of what's happening now, Blank.
Okay, I'm very aware.
You're very aware that something is happening downstairs now, and as you notice other servants, you hear noises upstairs now, at which point you arrive at the bottom of the stairs. But that's your full turn, is to arrive at the bottom of the stairs.
Can I prepare something?
You can prepare something, yes.
Can I assume that the guards are positioned the same way as they are upstairs?
You don't know.
Can I assume that?
You can, but you might be wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that, and I'm gonna prepare Eldritch. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast next turn, running straight to that bush and going straight in a line.
Okay. As you open the door, you see where the guards are, and you start preparing Eldritch Blast, but you aren't able to cast it until. What was the condition at which you're able to cast it? That you would be casting it?
I would be beside the bush, at the very top left.
So that would be back when when your next turn. So, like, what I mean is that this is where your movement ends. So you would be preparing an action here.
Can I open the door? Quietly?
Sure, I will let you open the door. You can cast your spell there. I'll allow it.
Okay, can I cast Hold Person
On which one?
The one that Arashi is facing?
So Arashi is you mean this one that River's at? This is where River is.
Wait, where's Arashi?
Arashi is still here in the middle.
Oh, okay. The one closest to me.
Okay, so that would be this one over with Warbor. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll Wisdom saving throw. What's the DC?
Let me check.
And also roll me a wild magic roll.
Right.
I still know. I know what happens for the one that you rolled a while ago too.
Why do you gotta say that, man?
Oh wait,
You
I can
didn't have
target
to
two
remind
people.
us.
Can I target Borbor and River?
Are you
River's
using
target?
Well,
it's a third level spell for me.
Do you have third level spells? I don't think you do because you put levels in Artificer.
No, but we started off at level 3, did we not? It says on here that I'm a third.
You're a third level spellcaster, but you are not a third.
It says I'm a level 4 sorcerer. It says I'm a level 4 sorcerer.
You're still not able to cast third level spells though. You can only cast up to second level, I believe.
Oh, I'm stupid.
No, you're okay.
Cantrips are level 0.
Roll me also
yeah.
that wild magic check real quick so I can just see.
Right. Sorry, it's been a while.
No, you're totally good. Don't even worry about it. It's been 3 weeks.
I got an
you
11,
pass.
so I'm
pass.
safe.
Yeah, you're safe.
Where did I find my wisdom saving thing?
It's going to be in your spell.
13.
13?
Okay,
Okay,
that's
they
at the
rolled,
very top on the left.
he rolled a 10, so he fails. So he is paralyzed in place, and that is your turn. Okay. Next up in initiative order is going to be River. Oh, actually, I didn't roll for Alex. There we go. Okay. So River is going to... Let's see. He's going to first off try and cast a spell. What do you want to cast? Okay. He is going to cast... Yeah, that's the only one he could really use, could he? Mind Spike on this guy. Let me double check to see how much damage it does. At 4th level. And is going to make the guy fail his saving throw. I don't think you would want to risk it any other way. Yeah, that's...
Can I ask a clarification question really quickly?
Yeah, sure.
What is the big one behind us? Is it just a dungeon?
It's a big
Or is there
hall.
something else?
It's what it was labeled as was entry hall on the map.
Okay.
16, 23. Dude, okay. You watch as the soldier coughs up blood and immediately falls to the ground. The one in front of River. That is his action. Let me double check to see if there's anything else he wants to do. no, that's always gonna do. Okay. River, that's River's turn. Next up in initiative order is going to be Alex. Alex is going to move over here to the guy that beat off Jay. Let me quickly grab Alex's sheet. In the meantime, you guys can think about what you're doing.
I'm probably going to Eldritch Blast the one closest to Jay next, by the way.
What's up?
I'm just thinking I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one closest to Jay.
Okay.
And Alex, the third guard, next turn. Because I'm assuming I can see all this happening at the same time.
Yeah, you can see all of this happening, so you can be like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah.
I am just going to grab a random battle music. Because this is too peaceful for me.
Yeah, this is a little bit too... You did this one to yourself.
I did do this one to myself. I also, it was because I was focusing on the fact that you guys got caught.
Yeah.
Because River, I was like, River has a pretty good sleight of hand. However, the guard, River rolled like a 3.
I was really... I didn't know if you were leaving the door open for me to talk or not, so, but I was like, I'm a shoe shiner, man. I don't fucking talk.
Yeah.
I almost said something and I realized that would get us, caught immediately.
Arashi would have been the only one I think that could have talked and it would have made sense for the group.
I am the butler.
I'm here to feed food to the peoples.
I'm sorry I didn't give you the opportunity to do that.
I wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah, you could have been here to
that was kind of my point, was Arashi's the only character that would have been able to, but she wouldn't have. Because they're just not a character at all.
Yeah. Okay. Alex is going to look at one of them in the eyes and go, "Your soul is forfeit!" And grabs them by the head, and you watch as...
That's terrifying!
Let me double check to make sure this is the right spot.
I'm really happy that we didn't kill Alex.
Today we learned.
I regret not killing Alex.
Later.
The guy fails his save, and he's going to take... 13 points of necrotic damage. That's Alex's initial turn. Sorry, I'm just double checking one thing. Okay. With that in mind, next up in the initiative order, the person is not currently dead, but you watch as Alex is actually sucking the life energy out of the person he's holding his head. You see like the skin start to grow taut on his face. You see his teeth start to pull tight his lips, and you start to see Alex, like green and yellow energy start to flow through Alex's fingertips into his body. Next up in initiative order.
What spell that is?
Actually, it was Toll of the Dead, but I'm just making it flavored.
Oh, never mind. I don't know what spell.
No, I know it's not lifesteal. It's not the vampirics touch. Okay. Why am I stumping? Vorbor, it's your turn.
Sounds like a weak spell.
Well, I see Alex basically killing the kid.
Right here.
So I guess I pull out the defender and I make an attack.
Okay, go for it.
1 second, let me just make sure that I have everything right. So it's a bonus 3 to attack and damage rolls.
Yes.
Okay. So what is it?
It's a long sword.
Proficiency.
It's your strength plus your proficiency plus your plus the magical modifier.
Oh, it's strength plus proficiency?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
So
14 to hit.
14 to hit. That hits.
So okay, let me just make sure. I rolled a 6, plus 2 to strength, plus 3 to proficiency, plus 3 to hit.
It's so you already hit because you rolled a 14, so it's going to be a D8 unless you use both hands, which then it's a D10.
No, I'm using a D8 because I have a shield.
Okay, so a D8 plus your strength modifier plus 3 for damage.
8 damage.
8 damage? Okay, you cleave into part of his arm. Ah! He obviously makes noise.
And then anything that I can do really?
That was your action.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I can really do. I don't think there really is, so I think I just chill.
Okay. With that in mind, next up in the initiative order is going to be Evie.
So everyone's
Evie, you're
distracted, right?
Yeah, so you're still in the middle right here. You see that Jay currently has this guard in a headlock. Alex is currently sucking the soul out of this guard. Vorbor slashes into this guard. And River killed this guard right here.
Oh, River killed?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. So our goal here is to get
no...
through, right? Is like just directly ahead. There's like a door or something, like just to get through.
There's a door right ahead you have to get through.
Can I just ignore all the blood and gore that's happening and just like what's my thing that's like makes me go really fast? Just like run towards the door.
Feline. Isn't it your feline agility?
Yes, it is my feline agility. I want to use that to get to the door as fast as possible.
Okay, you open the door. Make me a perception check real quick.
Can I also, like, once I get to the door, be, like, more stealthy so, like, no one behind the door knows I'm there?
Oh, so you carefully open the door and walk in?
Yeah, so, like, I run towards the door so, like, there's no, like,
the door is, like, 5 feet, so you could, like, just step forward and move through the door.
Oh,
so
really?
Carefully...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I go up to the door and then I stealthily open it and go through.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check. I think, do you have those magic items that give you advantage? I forget if I gave you that.
Yes, I do. So I would draw. Uh, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26.
26. Okay, you slide through the door and walk into the main room. What you see is this hall. Right here. You are down here at the bottom. As you proceed into the hall, you actually see a brass dragonborn along with 2 other church figures who are familiar.
Familiar?
One
good familiar or bad familiar?
One appears to be Melora.
I don't remember if that's good or bad.
Son of a bitch.
The priest that you have battered twice.
Okay.
As well as
and when unconscious are tempted to kill.
The red dragonborn priest that you remember being Marshal Volabond from the dinner.
Do we have a good read on who we is?
As well as the Grand Cardinal who announced the imprisonment of the king. Omar Bishop, all angrily walking away from the prison as you slide in and carefully duck behind a pillar.
Okay, so they didn't notice me.
I will roll perception checks for them.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are all three of them part
did
of the
not
Church of
notice.
Arathis?
Huh?
We're all three part of the Church of Arathis?
All three are part of the Church of Arathis.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're leaving the dungeon.
They are currently walking out of the prison. Yeah, they're walking towards the door that you just walked through.
Okay, so where is the door to the dungeon / prison?
The door is at the top of that slightly elevated staircase. So it's across the way. So you walked into the room, you're stealthing, so it's 5, 10, 15. So you still have approximately 10 feet left in your general movement. You still have an action and a bonus action. There's an additional pillar. It's hard. Sorry, I'm like not showing you it. It's hard to show, but
No,
like
it's
here
fine.
I can try. This is what it looks like. So here are the 3 priest figures. Here is
Okay.
you.
So who's the closest to me that like I can actually get to in my with the rest of my actions?
You could get to any of them with the rest if you used a bonus action, for movement, or you could use your feline ability, or you could rush to this next pillar and let them walk past.
And there's nowhere really else for them to go? Like, is there any other doors besides the dungeon?
You don't see them currently walking, you see them talking.
Okay, but like, is there any other doors besides the dungeon that they can like go to?
No, it'd be this door or this door.
Okay, then I just rush to the next pillar.
Okay, you rush to the next pillar. You're there. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear them currently talking as you say, "God damn it. This woman won't give us any information." And you see the other one go, "I've sent word to Dirk, but I've got no response." The Red Dragonborn. I've been trying to get other inquiries, but my journal went missing. I'm trying to figure out who stole the information, but I have no clue. And as that's what you hear as they're talking. They seem to be distracted, so that's probably why they haven't heard any of the chaos in the other room yet.
Yeah, okay.
Next up in the initiative order is the guards. So, for the remaining 3 guards, one is going to try and break free of Jay. So, Jay, you're going to make me a contested athletics check.
Well, if I rolled 2 nat ones, this is a relatively futile attempt.
He rolled a nat 1, so that would be pretty rough.
I rolled 23.
23. You slam him down to the ground and muffle his mouth as he like tries to scream.
Okay.
Next up is going to be the guard in front of Vorbor, who is going to swing back and try and strike
Be able
you.
to move. He's under hold person. See?
You are right. He's going to roll a save at the end of his turn. He rolled a 5. He's still frozen. Finally, there's the one in front of Alex, who is also going to try and roll a save, or try to roll to attack. He misses Alex as Alex knocks his blade out of the way and continues to start pressing and sucking the life out of him. Next up in initiative order is going to be Jay. Jay, you have this guy in a headlock currently held down.
He has to make more noise, to be honest.
What was that? Oh yeah, I mean, it's up to you.
I thought they were gonna, yell more, cause more problems.
You could just slap him with the backside of your axe if you wish.
I don't know anything about what's coming. Is there still another guard within arm's reach?
There is. Alex is currently. You watch as he's like, "Woo!" He's like trying to scream, but Alex is like sucking the soul out of him.
Huh. I can't believe the one grappled by the fucking half-a-ton barbarian is the lucky one. I'm going to knock him out if I can.
Okay, so you have to damage him enough for him to fall unconscious. So roll your attacks.
Reckless, because why not?
Why not? He's right there.
Just give it a minute.
25 to hit.
That one hits.
That's 17 points of damage.
As they like spit out a tooth.
Are they still conscious?
They are still conscious.
Take 2.
As you hear him go like, no, no, no.
26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. As you see like blood splatter on the floor, and he, you hear like you feel a tear, as like he is fully unconscious. Unless you want him to die. Did you want him to die?
No.
Okay. He is alive. You can see he probably has a minor concussion.
Unfortunate. Wrong
Unfortunate. All a part of the work. And that is your action. You still have your movement.
I'm gonna move towards the door because I think
Okay.
I need to break it down because I didn't see Evie go through it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Do you just slam into it? You can say yes, you don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. You see all the church figures turn to the door as a bang, a heavy slam goes against it. Roll me a strength check. Or no, that was your action, so that's about your turn. Is like you just bam into the door.
Okay.
So does he break down the door? Yes or no?
No, he doesn't. He hasn't like fully gotten through the door yet. He's just started depressing the noise. I'm gonna say his next turn is when he actually attempts to break through the door. So the church figures aren't gonna act yet. I'll say that the noise will come his next turn if he wants to actually break through it.
Yeah.
If that's okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Next up is
We can
Blank.
lock the door behind you.
Did I notice Evie or Arashi going through that door?
She rolled a 26 for stealth. You could roll a perception check.
I might.
You should have. Okay, I will say he should have disadvantage because he wasn't even fucking like near. But all he could do is like notice that Evie's
No,
gone.
I'm gonna say it's a straight perception check. Because also the thing is he has a wide area of view, and it's not like Evie had much to obscure herself when she was going behind the door. So it's a straight roll.
I guess another thing you could say is also that they've known each other for a while, so he should know a general idea.
But what I mean is like it's a hallway, and Evie wasn't obscuring themselves until they entered the room. So I'll give it. Okay.
I got a 20.
Unfortunately, Evie did roll a 26. I'm going to say that, though, with that roll, you did see somebody slide through the door.
Okay. Is the person that I put the hold person under still under hold person?
Yeah, he's still like, as like,
Okay, and if I
as
cast
Jeff
another spell,
stabs into him.
if I cast another spell, will it break the hold person or no?
If it is a concentration spell, it will.
Is Eldritch Blast a concentration spell?
No, it is not. You can cast that without breaking concentration.
Alright, so who's still alive of the guards?
There's the person who's getting his soul sucked out by Alex. There's the one in front of Vorbor.
Okay, can I Eldritch Blast? Wait, is Vorbor holding him?
Vorbor just hit him with the sword.
Can I cast Eldritch Blast on him?
Yeah, sure. Roll me an attack.
I add my spell modifier to that, right?
Yes. To see if you hit. Yeah.
I got a 14.
That hits.
Okay, now I roll for damage, and I got a D10, right? Yeah.
D10, yes.
I rolled a 3.
3. Okay, 3 points of damage. Okay, as you... I think he gets to roll a save every time he takes damage. Let me double check real quick. Continue, though.
How far am I from the door?
Only on the end of each
5.
You're about 35 feet away from the door. So you can make it just a behind Jay if you wanted to run to the door.
If I run trying to be stealthy, would I be running slower?
Here. But also, I don't really think... The only way you'd be stealthing is if you wanted to, like, be hiding somewhere. There's nowhere really to hide.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I'll just run behind Jay.
Okay, behind Jay.
Because everyone else seems to be fairly taken care of.
Yeah. Next up is River. River is going to move over to you, Vorbor, and he's going to cast Mind Spike again on the guy you're currently fighting. The guy's going to roll a save. He fails and falls immediately dead onto the floor. Next up is Alex's turn. Alex is going to continue to press into the guy's head that he's holding on to. Guy has to make a save. He fails his save with a nat 1. Alex deals. Cool. The guy also falls dead on the floor. At which point all of those guards have been defeated. That is Alex's turn, as Alex is also going to get in line. You're all getting ready to go through the door. Next up in initiative order is going to be... Actually, interesting point of order. River's actually going to pull out the stone, and you watch him focus on it for a second.
Who's connected to the stone again? The other person?
The guard captain.
Okay.
I have
me
an
one
important
second.
question.
Yes.
Do we all still look like servants?
You all still look like servants, yes.
Okay, good. This plays
Bro,
into
I'm
my
stealthing as a butler. I'm okay with this.
the stealth.
You are currently a butler hiding behind a pillar. Yeah. Next up in the initiative order is going to be Vorbor. Vorbor, there's the corpse in front of you. There's the door there. Keep in mind, none of you know anything of any of what's behind it.
Can I make a perception check for where Evie might have gone?
Yeah.
I rolled a 2. We can just ignore that.
You're not sure where Evie went. Probably went to steal something.
That damn cat. I will just go towards the door, I guess, and go break it down. And I'm also changing into... No, I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
So I'm just gonna go to break down the door.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
No one knows how to open a door.
6 total.
Ah! Fuck! Oh!
With my bonus action, can I check and see if it's locked?
Oh, yeah, sure. You look, it's the door like is not locked.
I open the door.
As you open the door, you see church figures standing there looking at the door. Based off the illusion, you're not covered in blood.
Ooh, okay.
So as you open the door and they all turn and look at you,
There seems to be a little bit of trouble towards the main gate. I think the rioters might have broken through a bit of the sections.
make a deception check.
Okay, that's not a bad roll. What is it?
It's deception.
15 total.
15 total. Okay. You see the Grand Cardinal and the priest, the Red Dragonborn priest, both go. Right, very well. That's quite dangerous. Sir, we'll proceed forward. Thank you for warning us. And they're going to start to move down. You watch as Priestess Malor is eyeing you and keeps walking towards the door. At which point, I'm going to take us out of initiative for a second. River and Alex start weaving their hands together. River immediately stuffs all the blood onto under one of the desks with a swift flourish. Does he have a... Oh god, do they actually have a way to deal with this part? No, they don't. Okay.
Wait,
You watch as River also uses one of his does he actually even have... I don't think he has anything for this shit. Yeah, he doesn't. So he's gonna just lift one of the guards up and cast Minor Illusion with one hand. As the priests are gonna make a perception check with disadvantage for each as they run past you both. Okay, and then River's gonna roll deception. Okay. And Alex is also like hiding the body. Like they're like hiding the bodies very swiftly. Okay. Basically, they stuffed the bodies behind at an angle where they wouldn't notice as they rush upstairs. Very, very carefully. However, Priestess Malor stops at the door and looks at you quizzically. Thank you. And continues down the hallway, but walks like slowly.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, sure. Make an insight check.
I fucking can't roll for fucking shit tonight. I rolled a 3.
Okay. Hard to read. You all watch as they step out and start walking up the stairs. You hear it from the distance. A loud, thunderous roar in the distance. As River watches them go away and goes, "Right, we don't have very much time. I can't disguise this. We need to go." You all start proceeding towards the door.
Actually, wait, are we still? Am I still at the door? Can I check
You're
the
still
map?
at the... Yeah, sure.
Is there
you
a
check
floor
the map.
beneath us?
There is not. This is the last floor.
Okay.
What are you curious about?
I'm curious about the material storage room.
Got you. No, there's
Or
no
the
access
material storage room.
to the material storage room.
Or not material. The what is it called? Equipment storeroom. Does it say on the map where it is?
You went... It's not on this level. There's not very much equipment in this castle like that. Like, those are out for the guard regiments. If that makes sense. Like, this is a castle.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I'm just wondering if there is one in...
There's not one where you guys are.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
You guys proceed. Evie, you're going to roll me 3. There are. You roll me 3 checks for lock picking. Yeah. So you see 3 unique locks basically.
While this is happening, can I go back and is there any guard that is near my size?
Make me a perception check. In the meantime, Evie, make the checks.
What bonus do I get, or whatever it's called?
So it's gonna be a D20 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency.
I got that one.
Fucking all of them are way too tall, man. No fucking way.
Okay, can I? How heavy is their armor, roughly?
Their armor is too heavy. Is really heavy. Like you would be encumbered wearing it, and it would be really loud.
You said Dex? Question mark?
Yeah, I said Dex. So Dex plus proficiency.
And then plus that 3 times.
And you just roll 3 individual rolls. You can just copy and paste it.
Can I, Jay? Can you put
first one, you hear a click as you unlock the first of the 3 locks. The second lock, you hear a, and apparently you're having trouble. Likely, if you aren't able to roll successfully the next one, your lockpick might snap.
And then I rolled a 15 on the 3rd one.
You watch as Alex walks up to you and is like, "Hold on, let me give you some help." And he's gonna cast guidance on you. So you get a D4 to help you to your next roll. So you're currently on the second of the 3 locks, if that makes sense. So you're currently
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, perfect. You unlock the second one, and you're finally at the bottom floor. You still have guidance, so roll again. And as you guys are at the bottom one, you hear
14.
like 14.
Can I do a look?
Enough.
Can I look?
Yeah, you can look. You look. You as you're like hear the lockpick about to break.
Fuck.
You can
11.
use luck as many times as you want if you want.
Oh fuck yeah.
But you remember you only have 3 per day, so that's 1 and now 2.
Quick question.
Forwards in a high school class.
So I have not moved into the room.
So you're in the hallway still?
I hate it here.
I'm still in the hallway. I am
As
kind of like
I'm really sorry about that, man. That's rough.
on guard post.
You
essentially
break, and the last lock is pick. Your lock pick breaks. In that lock hole.
Can I also specify that I'm not inside as well?
So Vorbor and Blank are in the hallway. Okay.
Can I take off one of the pieces of armor,
Sure.
put it on the ground to seem as if he's incinerated, and then
Okay.
put one of the cloaks that I stole from from Rivers onto the person.
Okay.
Who's that? That I
Okay.
just stole the armor off of. Yeah.
So where do you put the armor?
I put the armor where he was, and I move him towards the door.
Okay. Okay. With that in mind, do you move bodies out? Because you guys hid the bodies very carefully, like quickly. You can see a pool of blood is currently under one of the desks.
Can I use Mage Hand to clean up the blood?
Sure. You just swift it under the carpet, and you see like it's a little wet.
Can I put the body right on top of that pile? Right on top of that.
Sure. Okay, you do that.
Okay, and then he's wearing the black unmarked cloak,
Yes.
and the other dude looks like he's been incinerated but with a scorch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, the other one, are you talking about the one that was hit by your Eldritch Blast?
Yes.
Okay, then yes.
And then can I throw the other 2 cloaks around the door?
Sure.
like on either side of the doors, as if they were on guard and they took off the cloaks and threw them away.
Okay. Make me a deception check to see how well you like make this lie.
What is my deception modifier?
How good do you lie? Question mark. Ooh.
Wait, are there guards near us?
No, these are the dead bodies.
Yeah, I got a total of 22.
22. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. With that in mind, do either of you enter the room? Jay, you watch as they're just like as Arashi is not able to get the last of the locks open, and the door is partially open.
What is the door made out of?
The door is made out of what looks like solid iron. However, it looks like the two locks are loosened, so you could probably just rush it and break the lock.
I would like to try and break the lock.
Okay. Roll me a check to see if you can do that. So just roll me an athletics check.
This isn't quiet.
You have to roll a 20 to break through the door.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I got a 17.
A 17? You slam in the door. You hear a solid shudder as the door still is unkept. And
okay.
You can try again. But each time it's going to take 6 seconds. Is all.
Can I walk into the room during this time?
Yeah, sure. You walk in.
Do I notice anything? Like, do I notice this? What's happening?
Yeah, you see it.
Okay, clarifying question. These tools allow me to lockpick, correct?
Yes.
Can I try lockpicking it?
Sure, you approach and with your nimble fingers. I do not believe you are proficient.
No, I am. It's one of my artificer proficiencies.
Oh, it's one of your artificer proficiencies? Sure, okay. So roll a d20 plus your dex modifier plus your proficiency modifier. So 3, I don't know what's your dex?
Let me check really quickly. Dexterity is +2.
+2.
And then what else am I adding?
+3. So you're going to do a d20 plus 5.
Okay. I got a 23 total.
You pull out Evie's remaining lockpick and put in yours and carefully unlock the door. And it opens for you guys as you see a darkened cobble hallway.
Okay.
You guys start to proceed down the hallway. River starts looking in different directions and guiding you guys through, at which point you see through a line of a bunch of different political prisoners, you find the Queen and King. Draconis
ask River. Wait, sorry. Can I ask River who the most dangerous prisoners are that aren't political? Or that won't cause harm to the king and queen due to
most of the prisoners here are officials that would not be dangerous.
Okay, so if we do a mass prison escape, then
it would not work, and also would probably
okay.
not be a good idea.
All right, fair enough.
It is a good suggestion, though. Continuing on forward, you continue, and you see the king. I'm actually going to change this for a second. The music. Why can't I find this? Sorry, give me a second. Hello? And you see the king, once previously very held high, wearing more feeble clothes along with his wife, as they appear to be sitting on the bed in their main hall.
Do we still have the Archmage badges?
You do.
Can I just show him it?
We're with the Archmage.
River? You watch as River appears. Right, we don't have much time. We need to get out of the facility so I can teleport us all away. And you watch as the king goes, What's happening? I've been interviewed for days. What's been occurring? And they go, they're
Listening spell,
on-
careful.
That is fair to be careful. I have made sure they do not have eyes on us.
Okay.
I casted non-detection on all of us earlier this morning.
Should still be careful, but okay.
No, I appreciate it. Right. Kings are attacks. They do not have enough evidence on you. We are going to get you all out of here. And he goes, right. Right. I'm sorry for all of this. And thank you all for helping me. Perhaps I can learn all of your names.
Later, yes.
Right.
For now, hurry up.
We have business.
You like watches River is like, do you Jay, do you mind opening this for us? As he like points to the iron bar.
I will attempt to bend the iron bars so that
Okay.
I can make a ton of noise.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh, strength, my bad.
Or no, athletics is what I meant.
20.
Cool. You
Yeah,
actually
okay.
do bend the iron bars as he's like, right. I really do hire good people. Come on, darling. And you watch as the queen, Queen Alexin Ernal goes, right, very well. As they both proceed, you see the king looks exhausted as well as the queen. And also the queen seems to not be making very much eye contact with the king. As she like turns to her and goes, thank you very much, River, for assisting us out of here.
Can I mention to them?
Fucked this one. Huh?
Sorry. Can I
Yeah.
mention to them that the people of the city are rioting because they haven't seen you?
Right. Well, I would like to be able to come back for them.
Maybe not now, but later. You will have to. Otherwise, the people won't
Maybe
stop.
these discussions should be had later because I remember correctly there was 3 church officials who kind of like walked
I'm
away.
assuming we're walking during this time.
Oh no. Right. Well, let's move. You guys start to proceed to the doorway, at which point you watch as you walk into the door and you see
Hello,
Melora.
I'm standing guard. I've been standing guard the
Hey,
whole
yeah,
time.
Borbo was standing
Yeah,
there.
he has.
Where were you standing guard at?
I was standing guard outside of the door, so I should be able to see anybody that enters that hallway.
Which door? In the hallway?
Essentially, I took the spot of one of the guards. Like, I was just basically
Absolutely.
peeking my head out the door.
You see Melora walking down the stairs along with 2 church figures and 2 other guards.
Okay,
That's not
so how long before they reach the door from where I am? Can I assume?
So question. So are you one of the guards standing?
No.
Or are you at the door that walks into the main chamber?
Essentially, I've
leads to the
been
person.
keeping my head out the door
Okay.
in order to be able to see it all.
Okay. You see them coming down. They're probably going to make it in another 6 seconds because they're running down the staircase. As you can hear them coming down. I'd say because of how you can hear them coming down, they're not exactly quiet. You probably have about 2 rounds.
Okay, so with the door shut, say, Melora's coming back with 4 other people. We have,
Contingency plan. I have an idea.
and I say 10 seconds.
So wait, which door? Are you in the door that Arashi opened?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're at that door. Okay. So you have a. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So roughly it should have been. That's what I had in my head. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, you're good.
Like 2-ish rounds.
Blank. Can I have that map really quick? Really quick. Don't even ask a question. Just give me the fucking map.
Yep, for
Okay.
sure.
You
Take
have the
And then
map.
I run towards the door where Vorbor is.
Okay, you run towards the door where Vorvor is. As you run towards the door, you watch as they all are standing there, and you see Melora say, "I knew it."
Oh, are we not in our serpent forms anymore? By the way.
No, you are. They're trying to get him out. And we're gonna roll initiative. Okay.
Well, it's a good thing I have initiative. Oh, I rolled a 19. I don't think I really need it.
Fuck, I rolled really low.
Wait, we re-roll for initiative?
Yeah, we're re-rolling. Sorry, I was not expecting you guys to get in that initial fight.
So initiative.
Hold on, sorry, I need to fix something for the music. Yeah, we're all rolling initiative.
Okay.
Don't worry, Vorbor. I'm also really bad at rolling today.
So do they know
I got a
we're on the other
14.
side of the doorway?
All they can see is there's one way in and one way out, and they see that you guys have opened up the door, and there's a bunch of corpses.
Me and Jay heard them.
Yeah, you heard them, and also you see they saw corpses out in the hallway. They're not exactly like.
Could I potentially get a surprise attack?
No.
What if I bursted through the doors as a fucking bear?
So. Okay. I understand what you're saying.
So Jay has ran next to me.
Fine, I will let you transform into a bear. And you can burst through the door. However, they will be standing partially away from the door because they're still running.
Can I time it?
Sure.
Okay. I feel like it's fair to.
Was it one round before they hit the door, or was it they're hitting the door now and Vorbor gets this round because he had high initiative?
I feel like it's fair to make me roll a perception check for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you roll a perception check for this. I think that's fair.
15 total.
You're not sure. You probably will burst through because I'm thinking like based off your time and like you telling everyone and then going back and them running by and also you having to be very perceptive to notice them coming, all of that, like.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I think
it is fair to make me roll for that. I agree. So then, I won't transform yet because I'm not entirely sure on when they're going to push up the door that I'll be able to burst through. So I don't want to ruin the element of other surprises.
Okay.
So essentially, I'm going to bring back another Lord of the Rings reference.
Mm-hmm.
So you know when Faemir is at Osgiliath and they are charging through the water, like the orcs are, like they leave the water bank, and I'm hiding behind the pillar.
Okay.
Like that style of like hiding, of like I am now waiting.
Okay, you're behind a pillar.
I'm behind whatever would be available to hide behind.
Sure, which pillar? There's 4. There's ones more close to the door, and there's ones less close to the door.
Okay, I'll go close to the door then.
Okay.
And I like signal to Jay to do the same. Whether he does it or not is up to him, but I signal.
Yeah.
I don't have initiative till late, so.
Well, you can do it like when you're running up to the door, essentially. Like essentially, you hear me say that, and then you see me move to a pillar, and like gesture towards the other pillar.
Oh, so we have a round in between?
Yeah, we had one round in between. So essentially, it would take them a full round to get to the door, and then there's the next round, I think is what Daniel was saying.
What I said is you had 12 seconds. Already 6 seconds have elapsed, and they're starting to burst through this door.
Oh, okay, so then maybe Jay doesn't have time, but I had time to get behind the pillar.
Yeah, Jay's probably right here. You guys are coming down, so you guys are probably about this way at the doorway. So that's Arashi. There's Alex. There is River. Yeah. So it's Blank, Arashi, Alex, River. Or sorry, Alex, River. And then we also have the King and his wife right here behind you guys.
We had a long rest before this, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized that I have a point of exhaustion from last game.
No, yeah, you're fully good there.
I cast Hold Person, that was it, right?
Yeah,
and
you
Eldritch
just
Blast,
got
but Eldritch Blast is...
Yeah, it doesn't cost you.
Okay. So I have still 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry, could you guys tell me your initiative order? 25 to 20.
21.
20 to 15. 15 to 10.
14.
10 to 5.
I got 9.
9. Okay. What'd you get, Jay?
10.
10. Okay. 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 With that in mind, they all walk into the room. There they are! Stop them! And you watch as the priests start to prepare their magic. The first in initiative order is going to be Vorbor. So Vorbor, you're right here. What would you like to do?
So
you guys are all back here. This is Jay.
They don't seem correct.
They're going to make perception. You didn't tell me you were rolling a stealth check. So roll me a stealth check.
13.
Okay. You notice one of them sees you.
Actually, no. How far away is the party from me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. Are you going to use your breath? Is that what you wanted to use?
No, I'm going to use Thunder Wave.
Okay. So you run up to them and cast Thunder Wave?
So, I move around the pillar and cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. They're going to all roll dex saves, I think.
So my save DC is a 13, but it also has an attack bonus of +5. So okay, let me just read it off because it's been a while since I've used it.
I know how it works. It's a dex save, so it's against your spell saving modifier, and then you're gonna roll 2d10. Or how much is it damage wise?
It is 2d8.
2d8 for damage, and they get pushed 10 feet away if they fail, as well as.
And based off of how the room is, would they go flying into a wall potentially?
Potentially.
Okay.
Some of them would. What was that you were saying, Jay?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a Constitution.
And the spell also emits a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet, so there goes stealth.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that part. It's fine.
That was your choice. They're gonna make saves. It's within 20 feet or 10 feet, I forget. It's
10 feet. Within 10 feet.
Okay, so 5, 10.
But, okay, so it's within a 15-foot cube originating from you.
5, 10, 15. Okay, so you get everyone but this last guard.
Okay, that's fine. It's a guard. I don't care that much about the guard.
Can I get a clarification question?
Yeah, sure.
Was the guard captain waiting for us to message him for the distraction, or did he start the distraction as we went in?
No, he was contacted by River. That's why River talked into the stone.
Yeah, River.
Okay, so he's already done the distraction then.
Yeah, River.
Yeah, he's already started the distraction. You can tell that this was because Malor vibe checked you guys.
Yeah.
So what's your spell save DC?
13.
13? Okay, so all of them beat it except for the one guard right here who's going to fall against the wall. Roll the damage for me.
2d8. Where's my d8? 6, 2. So 8 for him and then half for the others.
Okay, 8. As he falls against the wall. The rest of them mostly resist. They take 4.
Oh yeah, the other thing is there any unsecured objects?
Within
Within 10 feet away from me.
The carpet flies backwards.
Okay.
That is your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I would like to cast. 1 second. I would like to cast a Hemocraft die.
How?
Oh, wait, no, wait, sorry. I would like to Muddled Mind. So as a bonus action, you can curse a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you that is a concentration on a spell. That creature has a disadvantage on the next Constitution saving throw. I'm so mad.
So they aren't concentrating on a spell currently. So do they have to currently be concentrating on a spell, or when they are concentrating?
You can see within 30 feet of you that is concentrating on a spell. That creature has disadvantage on the next concentration.
So they have to be. So you can't use it yet.
I can't use it yet. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Also, is that a blood? Is that just an ability, or is that a blood maledict thing?
That is a blood curse.
Okay, so I think don't you have to take damage for that?
Blood maledict is when blood curse is section.
I'm just double checking for when you do use it. Also,
yes.
Evie, how you doing sleep-wise?
I'm
How tired are
following
you?
about 60% of this.
Okay.
I'm just going to transform into a bear. We'll go with that.
Okay, you're gonna transform into a bear? Okay, you turn into a bear. That is your bonus action. Is there anything else? That's your action, your movement, and bonus action. Okay, I think that's Forwar's turn.
Yes.
Okay, next up in the initiative order is going to be Blink.
Okay, how far am I from them?
You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 50, about 50 feet away.
Okay. Question, because I'm not sure how this works. Does my alchemical fire and alchemical acid work with spell sniper or no?
No, it does not. They are not technically spells. They are alchemical items.
Okay. Can I just cast? Can I run into range of enlarging?
You're always in range with Eldritch Blast. I'm pretty sure. Really, like
No.
90 feet.
Yeah. It's 60 feet at current. Wait. Unless
No,
it's
it's
40
90.
feet.
120 feet.
Actually.
Yeah, right. It's 120. Sorry, it's 120.
Wait. So is Eldritch Blast starts off at 60?
No, it starts off at 120.
Oh, wait. So it starts off at 120 feet without spell sniper?
Yeah. Oh, with Snell Cipher, it's even more.
It's
Yeah, it's
240.
like 240 then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 240. You can basically shoot people off of buildings.
Okay, that's good to know for future use. But right now, can I cast Enlarge and Reduce? Vorbor.
On who? On Vorbor?
Or,
Sure.
yeah. As a bear.
Vorbor, you become a giant bear, unless you want to make him smaller.
No, I want to make him big.
Okay. Humongous bear now appears over as they're like, as you see like Priestess Melora's like, God damn it, what is with these people?
Wild magic.
She doesn't also know it's you guys. So out of the basically from their visual, what they see is the servant, and then out of the servant comes a bear because of the way that seeming works.
Let's be honest. Melora should be able to make some kind of investigation check into that
Well,
one.
she can tell. She definitely now is like, is it the same people again?
Yeah.
Can I nudge
Because you
River
killed her
and
like,
ask him?
as a bear last time, or like beat the shit out of her as a bear last time.
Yeah.
What was that, Blake?
I just went bonk.
Two things. First of all, wild magic occurs.
Right. So give me the wild. Oh, it does occur. Cool.
Yeah, it does occur. It's an 8.
Let me check
Fireball
out what
centered on
happens.
yourself, killing the king and everybody else around you.
Let's hope I don't summon the moon.
Oh yeah, no. If you get fireball on yourself, you might accidentally kill the king. Let's see. Don't worry. Let's see what happens.
Hey Alex, you got any?
That's the most worrying part of wild magic. Waiting to
So
see
you
what
guys
happens.
watch as Blank's legs start to shift and twist, and they become like slinky springs, and you now start to bobble up and down a little. Your legs are now like spring legs. It doesn't change your ability to jump, but it just makes you feel wobbly.
Damn it! I was gonna ask whether I can jump.
No,
further.
you cannot. Unfortunately, I will allow you to jump farther than usual with these, so you can. Jump.
Can I walk further north? As like
you cannot walk further, but you can jump better.
Okay. Can I ask River how long it'll take him to get us out of here?
We need to get out. We need to get out of this room into at least the second story, so I can teleport us. There was anti-teleportation magic throughout this entire floor.
He says.
What happens if we destroy the floor?
The runes are throughout the entire floor. You would have to destroy the entire building.
Couldn't we just break one part of the circle? I assume
no,
it's a circle.
it doesn't. It doesn't work that way.
Damn. Okay. As a bonus action, can I just pull out a healing draft and pass it to who's the weakest currently? Who looks the weakest?
I don't think any of you have taken damage.
The king, between the king and the queen.
Okay, they're like, thank you. Right. Yeah. That's your turn, Blank. Next up in initiative order is the Cardinal. So.
The dude who started the entire coup, right?
Yeah. Okay. As he stands up, you see the powerful brass dragonborn start to go and be like, "You will not end my ambition here." He starts to cast. Yeah, we're gonna do that one. Barrier, blade barrier. So you all see a long wall of blades start to appear in front of you, and he's gonna, let's see, so it can be 100 feet long and 5 feet thick. So he is going to encircle it, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. So he's actually just going to put it along here. And the blades are basically formed like a weird square and are going to start to crush you guys. So I want everybody in the line to make a dex saving throw.
I would have moved out of that line. Wouldn't I have cast and reduce?
No, you wouldn't have had to. Let me see. What was the range on enlarge and reduce?
I'm pretty sure it's 30 feet, but let me just double check.
5, 10.
Yeah, range is 30 feet.
25.
A dex saving throw?
Yeah, he's actually gonna push it in a way where it affects you too.
Okay.
because he can do that. He just can't get Vorbor in it.
Fair enough.
But all of you are making a deck save.
Is it a modifier or is it the save modifier?
Dex
Who's
is
making
the
a deck
save
save?
modifier.
Did you say I'm making a deck save?
No, you are not making a deck save because it
Okay.
can't reach you.
12.
Okay.
$17.
Okay.
I also got a 17.
Okay. Okay. This is a lot of damage. You take.
I'm scared by that.
Actually, hold on. I was looking at the wrong numbers. I got a 13. I don't think that
Isn't
makes
that
a difference, but
stop?
still.
Didn't you just get a 13?
No, I got a 12.
Okay.
I
You
see.
take 37. Anyone who failed takes 37 points of damage. Anybody who saves takes half, so they're gonna take and lower half, so it'd be.
Wait, so
Wait,
what was
I'm
the
sorry.
what was the?
Yeah.
You take 37 points of damage, Arashi.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
knocked.
Okay. Arashi falls unconscious.
The rest of
Because
us.
it's yeah, the DC was 17.
Will we take 16.5 damage or
You would
Seven.
take 16 points of damage.
okay?
16 points of damage to everyone
wait,
else,
Okay.
including Alex and
With my
37,
go for it, Jay.
37 divided in half is not 16. Or 15.
sorry, I did the math wrong there because I thought I
Yeah,
was.
that's 18 or 19.
It's
which
eight.
way you round?
It's 18.
Yeah, no, I did the math wrong there.
You're okay. It's 18.
37. Oh, 36.
18 points of slashing damage. I don't believe you were raging though, Jay. So that doesn't.
I was not.
Yeah.
Daniel.
What's up?
Ooh, that's a lot
With
of damage.
the parapet, that is only on my next turn, right? I don't have to do a saving throw. If I'm knocked, I just gain 1 HP.
I think so. Does it say? What does it say exactly?
I don't think I wrote it down. Hold on.
Here, pull up what it says and then check with me, and we'll fix it. Okay, I'm gonna quickly. Yeah. Okay. Next up in initiative order is River. River is going to raise a hand. And he does not have the spell, but Alexander will. Ah, shit, Alexander. Alexander was not in range to counter spell. But River is going to step forward, out of the way, around the blades. Or actually, he has to walk through it, doesn't he? Yeah, he does have to walk through it.
If you start your turn in the blades, you also take damage, so.
Yeah, he does. So he's going to take damage from that. I'm going to roll again. He has to make a dex save again. That's fine. He rolled a nat 20. It would be pretty... By the way, if River falls unconscious, you guys might have a lot of trouble.
Well, we have no way out if the river falls.
23. 29. 38 points of damage halved. Yeah, so that's 19 points of damage to River. Okay. Also, keep in mind you guys might want to move Arashi out of there, because if they take damage, they'll lose a death save automatically. If they're in
Where-
the blades.
Isn't she right beside us?
She's right there.
Yeah. But who's
You'd have to
turn?
move through the blades also to get to her.
Okay.
That's River's turn. there with the damage, and he's going to actually do a thing now. He is going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And he's going to distribute it all towards the Cardinal to try and break his concentration. So he's going to make 3 separate attacks. He'll actually add another one in there. So that'll be... Let me double check how this works real quick.
Wait, I'm sorry. You guys hear that clicking?
I do. That's probably my desk.
No, that's me playing with my fidget cube. Sorry.
Oh my god. No, you're good. He has a plus. Sorry, it's taking me a second. I'm just double checking. Okay. It's misses. Okay. The High Priestess is gonna take 9 points of damage, and he's gonna roll a con check. Ooh, he does 9. DC 10.5. Oh, he fails. Okay, the blades are gone. As River's like, everyone, get through the door. Is his turn. Next up in the initiative order is going to be Jay. Jay, you're right here.
And there's no murder wall anymore?
There's no more murder wall.
I don't actually have anything I can use to help Evie, so I'm going to be a distraction. I would like to go into a frenzied rage.
Understood. You frenzy rage.
And then shout, Priestess Moore, we meet again!
Oh,
God,
no.
no!
I have one question. Where is the lamb sauce? And I'm going to charge her down.
Okay, you charge Priestess Malore. You run right up to Priestess Malore. Go for it.
And I'm going to go for murder this time.
Okay.
Real good murder. I got a natural 20.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, does that crit?
Yeah, it's a crit.
I did 30 damage.
Okay.
Wait, was that 30 straight or 30 times 2?
That was 30 straight. Because I have brutal critical, so I roll 3 damage die. Wait,
Okay.
hold on. I'm a half-orc. Something else might happen here.
Wait,
What?
So you did... Okay, so wait, so that's 60 damage right now, right?
No.
Nope.
So he rolled. He normally rolls a d12, but he doubles it to another d12.
Okay, so you double the dice. Okay.
He already
And I
doubled
have
the
brutal
dice.